wanted to open next part of the day with the Saraswati Stotram. Atha Shri Saraswati Stotram Hringa Nila Nilanjanalakam Chandra Shri Saraswati me prasidatu Bhulla netra pankheruhanvita Ratna klipta tatanka bhushita Champaka prasuna-bhanasika Shri Saraswati me prasidatu Darpana prabha ganda mandala Pallavadhara danta kudmala Mandahasini kambukandara Shri Saraswati me prasidatu Dirghabahuka chati komala Ratna kanchuka pivarastana Svarna mauktika karna bhushana Shri Saraswati me prasidatu Manju bhashana chavalitrayi Sundarodara nimnanabhika Lambitodara dhara mekhala Shri Saraswati me prasidatu Sukshma madhyama bhunitambini Ratna danti tundoru mandita Brahma danda janudvayanvita Shri Saraswati me prasidatu Maratunika karajanghika Ratna kinkini padanupura Kurma prishtha deshankri pristhaka Shri Saraswati me prasidatu Gudha gulphala vanyaranjita Chandrikam shuka shveta varnini Binduvasini baindava priya Shri Saraswati me prasidatu Kalikarama parshvasevita Veda vedita bhedanashini निर्मलात्मिका द्वैतरूपिणी श्री सरस्वती मे प्रसीदतु। वासरालया भूसुरर्चिता गौतमी नदीतीरवासिनी ब्राह्मणप्रिया पारवैभवा श्री सरस्वती मे प्रसीदतु। इन्द्रेणैवं कृतं स्तोत्रं ये पठन्यनिशं तु ते सरस्वती प्रसादेन प्रपद्यन्तेष्टसिद्धिकाः इति श्री सरस्वती स्तोत्रम्।
So before we start the concluding session, there is an appeal from Auroville. So I please request.
Dear friends,
The appeal is from here.
Unity Pavilion, I've been really happy to welcome you. Auroville needs contribution to buy land and build accommodation to fulfill Mother's dream of welcoming 50,000 people here. We are only 3,000. So we need to raise funds to have money to buy land and to build accommodation. Artists all over the world has offered us, donated their paintings. Please, before you leave, have a look at it, and if ever you are interested to support us, just let us know. We will do the right package for you. Chers amis, Auroville est vraiment enchanté de vous avoir accueillis, particulièrement Unity Pavilion. Auroville a besoin de fonds pour construire du logement et acheter des terres. Mère rêvait d'avoir 50 000 personnes à Auroville. Nous ne sommes pas arrivés à 3 000 parce que nous n'avons pas de terre et de logement. Des artistes à travers le monde et l'Inde nous ont fait don régulièrement de leur art. Et nous avons cette exposition en ce moment. Si vous pouvez jeter un petit coup d'œil et si jamais il y a quelque chose qui vous intéresse, nous ferons l'emballage pour vous. Et d'avance, nous vous remercions pour votre support. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we have come to the conclusion of this 7th ISCLS. There are no more presentations. We have done all of that. So I hope all of you have enjoyed it. We are sorry for some of the glitches that happened yesterday, but we will correct that. If there is some, the video has maybe some naming problems because the time slots were changed. So please do get that corrected. We have also put in all the papers in the website, so you can go to the accepted papers and can see that. Also all the presented demos. So now the information about all the presented demos are there with the title, the author names, affiliations, and email addresses, whatever we have got. So if there is something missing, and if you are one of the demo presenters, I request you to please send it to us so that we can fill that up. Other than that, I think this is just a feedback session. So one good thing that happened is Varkadi Mohoday actually kind of summarized the whole field and set up the vision. But this is really a feedback and the way to go forward for the next ISCLS. So I request, this is an open session, so I request anybody who wants to talk about this to please do that. Anyone?
So after listening to the Saraswati Prarthana, I was reminded of the Taittiriya Upanishads, Shikshavali's mantra, Yaschandasam Rishabho Vishwarupaha. And this is the mantra or that Upanishad which I was learning Saswara Patha. And during that learning period, this stotra used to, always wander in my mind everywhere. I used to keep it reciting inside me. And then one day I thought, that, okay, I will just compose it into a song in Hindi so that it reaches to the larger population. I did that. And then I also kind of I can sing it, but I also request you to, if somebody wants to, make it professional kind of thing, so you can take it forward. But now let me just sing it. And I wish that all of us sing it together. So it starts like this. बना हमें जानी आत्मा जानी, बना हमें जानी, बना हमें जानी आत्मा जानी, बना हमें जानी। अमर ज्ञान प्रगटे तुमसे जानी, अमर ज्ञान प्रगटे तुमसे जानी, बना हमें जानी आत्मा जानी, बना हमें जानी, बना हमें जानी आत्मा जानी, बना हमें जानी। अमर ज्ञान को पाने में सक्षम, रोग शोक से हों दूर हरदम। अमर ज्ञान को पाने में सक्षम, रोग शोक से हों दूर हरदम। वाणी हो मंगल मधुर मनोहर, वाणी हो मंगल मधुर मनोहर। काया पलट कर दो सर्व जानी, बना हमें जानी आत्मा जानी, बना हमें जानी, बना हमें जानी आत्मा जानी, बना हमें जानी। अंग अंग पुलकित और हर्षित, मन मति विद्या के लिए समर्पित। अंग अंग पुलकित और हर्षित, मन मति विद्या के लिए समर्पित। कानों से हम सब बने बहुश्रुत, कानों से हम सब बने बहुश्रुत। श्रुत की रक्षा कर निरभिमानी, बना हमें जानी आत्मा जानी, बना हमें जानी, बना हमें जानी आत्मा जानी, बना हमें जानी। विद्या से आवे सभी संपत्ति, करे दूर विद्या हर विपत्ति। विद्या से आवे सभी संपत्ति, करे दूर विद्या हर विपत्ति। विद्या से हम सब बने यशस्वी, विद्या से हम सब बने यशस्वी। कमाए जग भर में नेक नामी, बना हमें जानी आत्मा जानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी आत्मज्ञानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी। समुद्र में सरिता जा मिले जो, साल में दिन अनायास मिले जो। समुद्र में सरिता जा मिले जो, साल में दिन अनायास मिले जो। विद्यार्थी को विद्या प्राप्त हो त्यों, विद्यार्थी को विद्या प्राप्त हो त्यों। शिष्य आचार्य को नित आसानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी आत्मज्ञानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी आत्मज्ञानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी। सब ब्रह्मचारी हों असाधारण, तन मन को वश में करें वो धारण। सब ब्रह्मचारी हों असाधारण, तन मन को वश में करें वो धारण। सभी दिगों से हो प्राप्त ऐसे, सभी दिगों से हो प्राप्त ऐसे। शिष्य आचार्य को स्वाभिमानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी आत्मज्ञानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी आत्मज्ञानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी। तुम ही हमारे सबसे निकट हो, तुम्हारी ज्योति हम में प्रगट हो। तुम ही हमारे सबसे निकट हो, तुम्हारी ज्योति हम में प्रगट हो। बना दो हमको दिव्यात्मा तुम, बना दो हमको दिव्यात्मा तुम। दे दो प्रकाश सूर्य समानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी आत्मज्ञानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी आत्मज्ञानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी। अमर ज्ञान प्रगटे तुमसे ज्ञानी, अमर ज्ञान प्रगटे तुमसे ज्ञानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी आत्मज्ञानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी आत्मज्ञानी, बना हमें ज्ञानी। When the name Sanskrit comes, and that too in an atmosphere that is so auspicious, that is Auroville, it magnifies. And that too when you see the ocean and the sun rising above the water, and then the feeling that I had today in the morning, that please make me lighten like the sun. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, very much. Anybody else? Yeah, please.
Namaste, my name is Shiv Kumar from Indic Academy. Just wanted to share some more thoughts. Just as Dr. Varakedi said that you need a Chandrayaan-like energizing mission. I think that's a very key point. On similar, while that is a complex national, investment heavy proposition, which anyway is required, it's indispensable. We also need highly intellectual propositions that also galvanizes the larger scholarly community. And one instance that I get from computer science is the Turing test. Turing test was formulated some 7-8 decades back, but the way it has galvanized the community over generations, it has quietly shaped so much of investigation, research, pushing the frontiers of the whole discipline. And, it propped up symbolic AI and then fights with neural networks going down. Then again, Varahavatara, it's being brought up by Geoffrey Hinton, so on and so forth. But that has remained constant, has remained an inspiration for computer science students, was so when I was studying computer science, is today, and even now, whether to judge whether a ChatGPT has achieved it or not, is the yardstick is the way problem statement was created by Alan Turing. And he wouldn't have imagined its effect like that. So similarly, there is an opportunity for us to frame problem statements that galvanizes indulgence in Sanskrit as well as indulgence of computer science in Sanskrit. This is one line of thought that, and it's only thought intensive, not cost intensive. Similarly, we also need to think what kind of ideas from Sanskrit and the corpus of Indian knowledge systems can contribute to problem statements in computer science, because computer science students love complexity. The tougher the problem, the greater is the acceptance of it and then trying to solve it. How much impact that question is asked only later. Intellectual challenge is very, interesting to people. So that is another line, because IKS is full of very interesting concepts. Which concept can, galvanize computer science is something that we have to see. Taxonomy is similarly, many of us may or may not know, but the periodic table, organization of periodic table was influenced by the structure of the Sanskrit alphabet, which Mendeleev himself has mentioned. So there is no need for speculation at all on that. So something completely unrelated, but which means the way structuring happens in our knowledge systems has the capability to influence a lot of change in other fields. This interdisciplinary orientation, if we develop also, then what happens is that we are building a bridge between our knowledge systems, that is Sanskrit, with modern knowledge systems, contemporary knowledge systems that has come from the West. And that will be interesting, because otherwise there is a constant fight. But if we try to build bridging concepts and interfaces, then we have a new kind of field emerging. These are two thoughts that came to my mind after listening to Dr. Varkhedi's lecture. So I just wanted to share with you people. Thanks.
Thank you. Important. Yeah. Anybody else wants to say something?
सर्वेभ्यः नमः। आङ्ग्लभाषया अहं स्वविचारान् न प्रकटितुं शक्नोमि, अतः अहं संस्कृतभाषया एव स्वमतम् अत्र स्थापयामि। इदं सप्तम अन्ताराष्ट्रीयसम्मेलनम् इति। पुनः 6 सम्मेलनानि जातानि एतेन ज्ञायते। अत्र दिवसत्रयेषु मया यद् दृष्टं यत् श्रुतं तेन यद् ज्ञातं यत् वयं सर्वेपि अन्यासु भाषासु ये विषयाः सन्ति, या संस्कृतभाषायां ये विषयाः सन्ति तेषाम् अनुवादः 100% शुद्धं कथं भवेत् तन्निमित्तं वयं कार्ये संलग्नाः स्मः। किमस्ति 6 सम्मेलनानि जातानि, तेषु अस्माभिः इदानीं पर्यन्तं किं प्राप्तं, पुनश्च यत् प्राप्तं ये पूर्वम् आगतवन्तः ते पूर्वं कार्यं कृतवन्तः ते इदानीमपि सन्ति वा? पुनः तेभ्यः यदा पूर्वं यत् कार्यं कृतं ततः ते अग्रे गतः वा? इदानीं सम्प्रति ये नूतनाः आगताः ते अग्रे पुनः तस्मिन् क्षेत्रे कार्यं करिष्यन्ति वा? किमपि केन्द्रीकृतव्यवस्था अस्माकम् अस्ति या नास्ति? यदि ये केन्द्रीकृत कापि व्यवस्था नास्ति, कोऽपि अवलोकनकर्ता नास्ति चेत् यः पूर्वं कार्यं कृतवान् सः अग्रे गतः न गतः वा इति अस्माकं समीपे सङ्ग्रहः नास्ति। अतः मम चिन्तनमस्ति, मम विचारः अस्ति, यदि पूर्वं कार्यं कृतं तस्य अवलोकनं न क्रियते चेत् तत् कार्यं सः श्रमः गच्छति एव, तस्य लाभप्राप्तिः न भवति। अतः यत् पूर्वं जातं तस्य अनुगुणं ततः वयम् अग्रे कथं गन्तुं पारयामः, तदर्थम् अस्माकं प्रयत्नः भवतु। तदर्थं काचित् केन्द्रीकृत व्यवस्था भवेत्, कापि संस्था वा भवतु, संस्थानां समूहः वा भवतु, तत्र कोर् कमिटी एका यदि भवति चेत् एतत् कार्यं वयं व्यवस्थितरूपेण अग्रे नेतुं शक्नुमः। सङ्घटनं वा भवतु, भाषाक्षेत्रे कार्यं वा भवतु, सङ्घटने बहवः जनाः कार्यं कुर्वन्ति। परम् अहं सामाजिकक्षेत्रे कार्यं कुर्वन् अस्मि। यदि सम्प्रति कोऽपि दायित्वे कार्यं करोति, तस्य संज्ञाने तथा न भवति यत् अत्र अस्मिन् क्षेत्रे के कार्यं कृतवन्तः, नूतनः कोऽपि तत्र अग्रेसरः आगच्छति, सः न जानाति, तर्हि तस्मिन् क्षेत्रे के कार्यं कृतवन्तः ते न जानन्ति एव। अतः तादृशी एका संरचना अस्माकं भवेत्, येन यत् पूर्वं जातं ततः एव अग्रे गच्छामः। पृष्ठपोषणं भवति नो चेत्, पृष्ठपोषणं न भवेत्, यत् जातं तत्र श्रमः न करणीयः, ततः अग्रे अस्माभिः एकं सोपानं गन्तव्यं। तादृशी व्यवस्था भवति चेत् अस्माकं यः श्रमः तस्य फलप्राप्तिः भवति इति उक्त्वा विरमामि।
Dhanyavadah. So essentially just want to respond to that. See, ISCLS, I'll give you a one-line history. It was started about 10-15 years, and the two pillars of ISCLS are Professor Gerard Huet and Professor Amba Kulkarni. It is their effort that started, and they are actually holding the community together. So they are the two pillars. We are all essentially some knobs in that. So there is a steering committee, as I said in the very first session, that is the connecting link between different ISCLS. That remains mostly constant. And that is what the guiding thing is. And the program committee is drawn for each edition separately. That is essentially the history of ISCLS. So now we probably need to start planning for the 8th ISCLS. 7th is over, and we will get the dates fixed, get the venue fixed as quickly as possible. And all this information will be up in the website of the 7th ISCLS. So you can keep checking it to get it as soon as we get the information. Other than that, there are many problem statements that I can see people can work on this. There are many areas. Varkidi Mahodaya has already said the other invited talks. He saw the talk by Kutumba Shastri Mahodaya. Essentially, what I realized is that there is so many things that I did not know, and you can keep on adding to things that I do not know. So, well, fine. So anybody else wants to say anything about the conference? Yeah.
Hello, I'm Rishikesh. This is more of a request to steering committee, I guess. As we know, the ISCLS, this is 7th, but it does not happen every year. It sort of does it. The next session happens with World Sanskrit Conference, but I was wondering if this can be made a yearly conference. That is request number 1. Request 2 is now we have a lot of very high quality demos that are presented. But they are not part of proceedings. And I understand there are reasons for that, but can there be a short paper kind of a track? So that is things that are, higher quality of demos. So the starting work or the new ideas can be presented as demos, but work that is in itself worthy of a publication, maybe those can be submitted as short papers. So track can be added. So if these meetings happen more frequently, we saw in yesterday's talk this fast Prakriya generator, the faster feedback. So I think that matters here as well, that otherwise you work on a problem for 2 years and then present it. If you get faster feedback, I think the field will also progress faster. So these are my requests.
So thank you, Rishikesh, for this feedback. So let me tell you, since I know from the beginning what all happened. In 2007, we had the first conference, first symposium. 2008 and 9 we had. Actually, we thought of having it once in 2 years. But the first 3 happened very quickly. And then we said we will have it after with 1 year gap, because at that time we didn't have many researchers, very few people were working in this field. But then in 2015 we were asked to have a session in World Sanskrit Conference. Then we thought we should have 2 things merged together, merged in the sense, there should not be overlaps and proper gap should be there. And that 2 years was there in our mind. So we thought we will have in 6 years 3 events. But then because of Corona, there was a problem. And now again in World Sanskrit Conference, there is a possibility, but we are still waiting for, we always are insisting on the publication simultaneously, because in computer science especially, it is very important to have the papers published so that others can have access to that knowledge immediately. It's not just sufficient to just present the papers and not publish them. And therefore, we were right from the beginning insisting on this. And in ISCLS, we are continuing this. But in World Sanskrit Conference, because the things are not in our control, there is some other organization. But we, of course, negotiate each time about that. And from 2017 onwards, we made it a point that everything goes under ACL anthology. So now, all our publications from 2018 onwards, Vancouver event onwards, Vancouver is not in ACL. We have the Kharagpur event. The first one is the Kharagpur and the second World Sanskrit Conference at Canberra. All these went in ACL, under ACL anthology. So it's a good suggestion that now we can have I agree with you that fast response is necessary, fast feedback is necessary. So we should go for frequent symposia. But at the same time, I am worried about the number of submissions. Number of submissions are very less. They are between 20 to 25. And hardly 10 or 12 get selected, because that we also have to look at the quality, because we are publishing it under ACL anthology. So we need to see the quality, and that is where rigorous this review process is there. We ask for 3 reviewers and full papers which are reviewed by at least 3 reviewers. And sometimes as every time it happens, 4th reviewer has to be stepped in to take the decision and other things. So what we are also requesting all the community is start right from now, start planning for submission to the next symposium, which will happen anytime in another year or 1.5 years. So, the papers should be quality papers. They should not be just kind of, of course, what you are saying is also true. Sometimes we have some ideas and we would like to present and get feedback from the people. That is very much necessary, especially for the beginners who are in the beginning stages of their work, and they would like to get feedback from the other community. So in that sense, we can also think of having short paper presentations, maybe 4 pages or 2 pages kind of thing, where it will be a kind of demo paper or poster presentation kind of thing that we can think of. So we can have less number of full papers, but more number of now demo and then short paper or poster. That kind of thing we can think of. So it is a good suggestion. And we will be soon meeting after this in half an hour. The steering committee will meet and we will discuss these things. Thank you for the suggestion.
Thank you. So you got the secret out that the steering committee is going to meet in half an hour. So anything you say now will be fresh. So anything you want to have, any request or anything, so you can just, yes.
Namo Namaha Sarvebhyaha. This is my first Sanskrit Computational Linguistic Conference which I am attending, or the symposium that I am attending. Bahu samyak asit tatra bahavaha vishayaha. In various paradigms, a lot of work has been done by the entire community, and that is a very positive thing. And it inspires more and more to add more pieces to this to make it a bigger picture. My suggestion and a request is, however we have this for 2 or 3 days, why not we have one tutorial session where all the existing pieces, we can actually, all of us can come together and have it so that everyone can start working on it. A demo session is what we see, but a tutorial session where hands-on we can get something. And we can also have, followed by it, a challenge or something related to it itself. And during here itself, we form teams and work on it, and then we come up with something positive during the session itself. And that will make more and more Sanskrit enthusiasts also to participate, because the first barrier would be that we don't know much about computation or linguistics or whatever it is. But that will probably set a good ground for more people to participate. So that's my humble suggestion. Dhanyavadaha.
Good suggestion. In fact, in 2009, after the symposium in the month of December again, I think we had a workshop, and we also had another workshop in 2013. But after that, we need organizers also. The same organizers, they cannot keep on organizing the events. We get tired of organizing such events. So we need some volunteers who will organize such events. And as resource persons, definitely we would like to chip in.
Yeah, very good suggestions. Yeah.
Thank you. So my request to the committee is forming another small committee where we focus on making all these researchers accessible online. A single platform where, like NLP Progress, so a single platform where all the researchers as well as the demos, all the kinds of tools that are being presented in the past few years and all the symposiums. Now, actually, when we wanted to search about the previous symposiums results, we had to search separately. But now, in the current GitHub, using the GitHub, we have the website, right? So we have the links to all the previous symposiums. Similarly, it's not about the symposiums. In whichever conference, anything that is related to ISCLS is being connected, a single platform where we can access that. And also, we do not have a standalone exclusive website for ISCLS. So is it possible to set it up? Of course, we are building websites for each conference, but like it would be better if all the details are in a single platform and accessible. Yeah.
Thank you. I think we had a great discussion about it in ISCLS 2019. In our session, we had actually identified this needs to be done, and a team of students were identified, but somehow they did not do this. Okay, so again, we need volunteers, right, who do this, and I think all the community will help. So we need people who would take this forward, put up a website, and then the community is not too large, right? It's a small community, so they can all pull together all their tools and everything, right? So it's not difficult. So just a team of people who would do this.
So maybe we can ask Sriram to lead the team.
Yeah, that will be wonderful, yeah.
So we have platforms. I mean, I think we have seen many demos. Shiva.sh is one thing. Also, I want to say one thing, that the ISCLS website is now fixed. It is iscls.github.io. This was what was used in 2019, and essentially we put that as one of the previous conferences and overwritten it. So I'm hoping that the next program committee chair, whoever that is, will not break this, will continue with this. It's up to really that. So this will be a fixed thing, and we can, of course, with the help of technology and companies, we should be able to now maintain this. This is much easier than in 2019 probably. So it's yeah.
So this code for this website, this year's website, etc. That is, I mean, so there is an organization on GitHub now, ISCLS, and the website and the code for generating that is also on GitHub. So it would be, I mean, whoever takes up the next position, I would be happy to.
Yeah. So you also will be in the team.
Yeah. I will definitely. I will be in the team. Yes.
So my name is Prasanna. So I would like to thank the founders of the symposium, for providing the opportunity for all of us to meet and exchange research ideas, as well as meeting the experts and scholars in the field. Because for me, it's the first time I'm meeting in person, meeting the experts in the field. Without this, it would have been scattered efforts across the country. No one would have known what others are doing. So I thank the founders for the founding the symposium, and I also thank the organizers of the 7th, because they've organized it well. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyone else? Any other feedback? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm actually repeating what I said the other day. And first of all, the program was amazing. All the people were amazing. Thank you so much, Martin, for such a great... So I'm repeating what I said. I have a challenge. I have at least 18 hard drives of data, and I don't know what they contain. So this is what I would like. There's a program which somebody in you specializes in. It can read all of those humongous data of 3, 4, 5 lakh PDFs. It can OCR the text. It can be fed into a chat LLM, open chat LLM, that can identify the title, the author, the subject, and all those humongous fields, which manually has never been done, and it's such a slow process. And through automation, that humongous data can be tamed. And then when we upload it, we have details, because we put an archive, so we just have mostly 2 information, author and title. Sometimes we don't even tell the commentary because the name becomes too large. So we'll have this humongous nuanced details, all by the power of automation, and we can capture such a beast. And that code base can be hosted as open source in GitHub, and others who are doing something similar can adopt it. So if somebody has brainstormed in that direction, or somebody has the technical know-how of that, maybe you can ask me, and then we can work that out, and you will see like 1,000. So what would actually happen? The effort will only be like if I come here and I find one shelf of very nice rare books. I just call somebody from the local photocopy machine. I say, look, or cameraman, like, look, can you just photograph them? I'll pay you so much. And that would be it. Like that, 100,000 pieces of information all happens without any manual interference. Like, for example, we tried hiring 10 people for cataloging, and somebody thinks that book is Vedanta, somebody thinks that book is something else, and somebody doesn't know what it is, somebody doesn't know the script. So, like, all this will go away, and like ChatGPT, like, it will give you that. So, if anybody is thinking in those lines, then please collaborate. And then another issue we have, which is similarly addressable by a similar like programming logic, that when we are scanning in libraries, there are so many books which are like already scanned. So I understand there's something called a vector database, and whatever PDFs you have, if you convert each page into a JPEG and put it in a vector database, and then just a cover page of that book, and instantly you can get an answer that it is in your database at least 10 times. And then ChatGPT can tell you like that scanned PDF seems to be complete, because sometimes we scan deliberately extra times because some pages can be missing, and there can be, so yeah, so if somebody has, then please help me out. And if that code is open hosted, then so many other people working similarly to us can collectively take advantage of like one effort, one minimalistic effort. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Right, so probably we need many such collaboration efforts, data collection, data processing, all of these things. Right. Anything else? Anyone? Well, then let me formally end the symposium, but of course we'll continue the dialogue. And let me thank again, Martin was the organization chair, and you can see all that happening is essentially because of him. I thank him very much. Thank the sponsors. It's very, very important. Thank, of course, the steering committee and the program committee and the web chair and all of you. This, I mean, a conference is essentially a dialogue, essentially a discussion. So I'm glad that all of you are taking part in the discussion. So thank you all again. Just one last request is that we will have a group photo taken outside. So you may please assemble outside for that. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Namo Sarvebhyo.
Martin for excellent organization of this event. For the first time in ISCLS, we have split responsibilities. Organization responsibility is given to Martin. Martin, who had volunteered way back in 2019 at IIT Kharagpur. And thank you, Professor Arnav, for accepting our responsibility and taking it to the fruition. Thank you very much.